Good morning. This is the Daria Reactions. My name is Fred. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. For those who don't know what I am, this is essentially a reaction series of video focused around MTV's Daria. But unlike a lot of people on YouTube, I I'm actually am very familiar with the subject matter in which I'm covering. And so instead of just being a straight up reaction, this is also a discussion, my memory, recalling from my memory, because when Daria was first airing on MTV way back in 1997, well, that was my freshman year of high school. So this was a series at the time that was essentially aging with me as I went through my freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior years. All of which I would like to not remember many things from my high school days, but Daria is one of those shows that stick with me. Now, I do respond to all comments, and some of those comments, of course, will end up in future videos pertaining to this particular series. Now, we are already 10 episodes in. Last week we covered The Big House, the episode where Jake and Helen um, uh, basically try to put the foot down on Daria and Quinn's loose interpretation of rules and such of that things of that sort. Now, there was one thing that was bugging me about that episode, and that was whose car Daria was getting out of at the beginning of the episode. Turns out it was a taxi. At least that's what's what other people that I know have told me. Um, Funny thing is, it did not look like a taxi. But who am I to argue at? Well, I'm the guy covering these doing this series of videos. And in case you can't tell, I am a first class idiot. I agree. I happily self describe myself as one. Anyway, this week we'll be doing episode 11, the Road Worrier. And now I do have memories about this episode. It is the episode where Daria and Jane are going to like a major concert festival, and they're in the back of Trent's van. Daria, we it's already established that Daria does not exactly do well in motorized vehicles for an extended period of time. She does get car sick. And if memory serves me right, Trent's van is not exactly hmm, well, at the time for the mid late 90s, it would be barely up to code in terms of probably being able to pass a vehicle inspection in terms of safety. But this episode kind of, if memory serves me right, does uh puts like a bit of a time capsule of sorts into what was, especially at the time, like how heavy traffic was going both into and out of major concert festivals, because this episode aired like 1997, so we're talking about the same time as I think I don't remember when the second Woodstock concert happened. The one that featured, because obviously the first one was back in the 60s, but like when you talk about mid late 90s, like there was another Woodstock, and then you started seeing a lot of these major music festivals being popping up all over the country. And one thing you always heard about was like traffic getting both into and out of those places was a real pain in the ass. So it's like there were some people was like, oh, trying to get there. It's like, oh, it's a journey. And there were people that were straight up missing it because of how much traffic there was. And then you saw, like, as we know here, as things have evolved over the course of the past 25 years, that a lot of music festivals have a lot more foresight as it relates to traffic control, and making sure there's parking, people are able to get in and out. Yeah, not just anybody can just show up. They're not free concerts by and large. You have to pay for admission, reserve your spots, camping if it's one of these festivals that have like on site camping, like what was it, like Burning Man or things of that sort. So um so that's what this episode kind of focuses around. I believe this is also the episode where the fashion club ends up in a roadside diner, and they just start like Quinn, uh, Tiffany, Stacy, and Sandy start ripping on like the waitresses and the people there. I think that's in this episode. Matter of fact, it has to be this episode because it's like one. Because I think this will be the one time that the fashion club goes on any type of real road trip, where again they don't reach their destination either. So yeah. So I'll shut up here. Anyway, how we do this is like my desktop audio is turned way down. You might hear some residual audio coming from my speakers to the microphone. We do the display capture, and I do turn it on and off the blur from time to time. So this way you can follow along and so forth. All right. I do try to make this as focused on the transformative uh, works format as possible here. So with that said, let's get into it. Can monkeys surf the net and corrupt our kids? Yes, they are right wing people. Never surrender. It's a glue gun? What the hell is Jay? Yes, she is. And Trent, it makes his presence felt with a massive guitar riff. Wow, there's a data reference of Fly Girl, because this would have been about the time that In Living Color was, or the last days of In Living Color. But they're changing the name. They're jamming. It's like it is the a like a fine what's the word I'm looking for here, parody of Nirvana, where the lyrics don't make any damn sense. Again, this is also an I'm sorry there. Just the fact that this is episode does focus on like a little bit on Daria's internal dialogue regarding her crush on Trent, which never really goes anywhere, unfortunately. Alternapalooza. So I was right in that regard in regards to the music festival stuff. Oh, it's not Trent's van. Again, Daria, by and large, is a very different version of Daria that we're seeing here, where she is basically just in over her head with a bit of a crush. And there's the fashion club. Cheap is never. Well, cheap is always in, as far as I'm concerned. That's a good question. And if alternative Palooza is for a place where women do not shave, there is nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Quinn, you have to. Quinn, you have to dress like your sister. It's a temporary tat. That's a sick burn. A tattoo to match your personality. Oh wait, so this is the episode where is this where Daria gets her belly button pierced and it gets infected? Altamont. Wait, Altamont was the one with the Rolling Stones and the where they had the Hell's Angels, right? Back in like what 60. This was after Woodstock. I think that's what Altamont was. I could be wrong. I mentioned it as a tragedy. What will Daria wear? A very simple. Oh wow! With how I have it set up there, you don't really see Daria's outfit, but black t-shirt, jeans. Well, Daria actually took Quinn's fashion advice in terms of untucking the shirt. They're gonna do parent stuff. Yes, Daria does not believe him for a minute. Oh, this is great. They're looking out the window to look, like making sure that they're gone, making sure that they're gone. No, this is okay. So this isn't the belly button piercing episode. Oh, Daria is wearing lipstick. You know, if there wasn't dialogue for Jane pointing it out, I would not have noticed. Of course. And the beginning of Daria's troubles begins. What is the problem with alternative bands? Okay, that's fair enough there. They they they, they were ripping on piercing being stupid, and then they quickly buy in when Quinn has a nose ring. Daria isn't doing too well. Trent has no shame. Wait, Trent graduated? They are artistes. Like Jane is wanting Daria to like say something snarky. Jane's right. Daria's slacking this episode in terms of her remarks. Okay, it looks like Daria wiped off whatever she had. Now, I know they said that she had a lollipop, but still. I highly doubt that they would. Again, Daria is not exactly having the best of times. Wow, Brittany just smacked this shit out of Kevin. Good point. Good question, Daria. But things are happening at the Morgendorfer household. Things are definitely happening there. Okay, and I was right. This is the episode where the fashion club end up at a diner. Daria is not having a good time. Five boxes of Fox and Flakes. Like a nausea delight, dry toast, and tea. You know, there is the possibility Daria could become a waitress. What the hell type of car was that? And proof that Daria not only has that peanut butter stain on her pant on her jeans, but also on the back of her shirt. Again, it's one of the few times that Daria is self-conscious. Again, being stuck in traffic like that. Daria's hair is flowing in the wind. But again, you would never catch me willingly being stuck in traffic like this. It's like never. I don't do well riding in a bus for like 20 minutes. See those trees? It's like I doubt the van will be moving in 10 minutes. But this is a fun little episode there. As I said, traffic ain't moving. Well, the squirrel got a view. And Daria is having just the worst possible time. It's moving up all about 5 feet. Jesse doesn't even wear a shirt. And again, I was right. The fashion club arriving to rip on these, on the diner staff. They're not leggings are stretch pants. Yes, Brittany, you would have to sit underground. Uh, That's this translation. Brine shrimp, the head of Walt Disney, dromedary, and a Eurocentric view of world history. Oh, and there goes Daria's glasses. Duct tape fixes everything. And the van breaks down. Wow. Okay. The animation error there. Jesse's vest was straight gray for a hot minute. That's a weird look for a convertible. Jane came up with that plan really damn quick. It's a mall. Well, Brittany doesn't have to sit on the ground. He's tuning the guitar. Gee, I doubt it. That's a sweet little sight there. Maori? I don't understand tribal tattoos. Two out of a magazine. Okay. Great follow up there. I have a job, no money. I have my own house. So yeah, do I feel like I'm wasting my life? Absolutely. Eh, in public. Yeah, pursuing one's dream is like it takes guts. Too, too bad I never had really a dream to really chase. So Trent's doing just fine. And Daria gets some reaffirmation that she's pretty cool. We all knew that. The glue gun comes in handy. And the coloring is a bit off on this scene here. They missed the concert. Very sleepy. No, she's not. Jane is pleased with the situation. Meanwhile, back at the Morgendorfers, they had themselves a fine day. Again, really makes you wonder what they really got up to. They don't want to talk about it. Alrighty. Um, I actually found myself actually enjoying this episode just for like just watching it more outright there. So I was actually forgetting at times to actually run my damn mouth. Um, but by and large, is like Daria's like if Daria herself was to have like a worst day ever given the circumstances, that would probably be it in terms of banging her head, getting into the back of the van, the bee sting on her arm, sitting on a sandwich, being told she'd make a great waitress, having to take a take a squat in the bushes. But the big payoff is the van breaks down. She gets a little spent one-on-one time with Trent, and gets being told by a person that she has a clear crush on that she's cool. So it's like, okay, nice, nice bit there. Jane needling the Daria the entire episode is actually a nice little touch there. It's like because clearly Jane knows that Daria has the hots for her older brother, so that's kind of cool there. One weird animation, late episode, there was like a few weird like coloring issues, like Jesse's black vest with that clearly has like a little bit of a design on it to give a little extra detail was gray for one scene in one scene, and it looked like he was wearing in a different attire entirely. And then like the one of the last scenes where it's clearly nightfall, the Daria's pure like jet black shirt ends up looking a little bit more grayish. I'm not sure how that works in under like the setting of the sun. Uh, for some strange reason, I was thinking the Fashion Club had like a bit of a larger scene in the diner, ripping on like the wait staff and the way people were dressed there. Other than like pointing out some things and Stacy having a freak out over wearing stretch pants or leggings. I always thought those were kind of like one and the same thing. Tights, I don't know. You have to stretch to get into them, and they form perfectly to one's butt. Let's see. The fact that as soon as Daria and Jane are gone, no way. I take that back. No, yeah. Once Daria and Jane are gone, it was like Jake and Helen was like they ain't wasting no time. They make sure they're gone, and they were determined to get down and get busy. So clearly, which actually raises a question to an earlier episode where Helen was looking to get like the spark back in their marriage, and I kind of wonder, in its own way, was that moment like a callback to that for because if there's one thing that is really clear throughout the course of Daria is that Jake and Helen, like, they work hard because they are the epitome of like early 80s to 90s, like yuppies, where especially Helen was being very, very career focused and career minded. That that the spark in their marriage is clearly still there. Like, you don't really see anything. I don't recall there's any like real like marital tension between Jake and Helen. Is this a matter of like, okay, if they had the time and the opportunity, like they would be going at it like rabbits. This episode also is like the first time we really see Jesse, and the fact that he said to Trent that you owe me a shirt, or it boggles my mind a little bit because I don't recall Jesse wearing anything other than that vest over the course of the series. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am there. Um, let's see. This episode saw another instance of Jody, Mac, Brittany, and Kevin kind of being grouped together as a quartet, even though really not much there. I think Mac only gets one line. Jody gets like a couple lines. Although, but I do, but it's made up for by the fact that Brittany just smacks the shit out of Kevin. uh, which is just a bit nuts in its own way. I don't know why I thought this was the episode. Matter of fact, I do know why I thought this episode was the one where uh Daria gets a belly button piercing. I know there's something regarding that because she takes it out and the hole closes up or something like she. So that might be season 2, maybe season 3, but I'm not entire. But I'm not entirely sure there. Anything else stands out about this episode here? No, not particularly. I don't. At least I don't think so. Anyway, so we'll wrap this up here. So we just got after this we got 2 episodes left in season 1. So with that said, leave your thoughts and opinions regarding the episode that we covered this week. Again, the Road Worrier. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like the video if you want to. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all the excuse me, on not just the Daria videos, but also on all the YouTube shorts from my Twitch channels, the replays from all the my Twitch streams, all that's here. And in a few weeks, actually, too, probably be about. We might actually see like a bit of also a format change regarding how many of these episodes I do in a week, depending on other factors. But we will talk about that when I really have to make a decision. So with that said, tighten your friendship bracelets, stay safe, have a great day, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.